Thank you for tuning in to this Coach's Corner. I'm Brook Keisler, and I'm here with Coach Brandt of the women's basketball team. Coach, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Let's get started. So we're coming off a loss last week at home. However, Mackenzie and Portia both stepped it up this game. Who else needs to step it up to help them out?
Well, again, we definitely need some other players to step up. Most of the teams that go against us will focus on those two players as offensive scoring threats, so we need some others to step up. We're still kind of struggling at the point guard position. We need somebody to step up there and, be able to be a good leader for us and get us going there. So I think probably the key position right now is the point guard position. But I think, we can't ask for one particular player to step it up. I think the whole team as a unit needs to step up, each of them in their own areas, because each player has their own strengths. Some might be shooting, some might be defense. It'd be nice to have an all-around player that did everything, but we just don't have too many of those. And if you do, they're all conference players. But our players need to understand what they can do and maybe accept the role a little bit better when they're stepping up in games. Definitely.
And then you had Imara and Kate. They both had 9 points and combined shot 50% from the field. How do you explain that?
It's anytime you shoot over 50% is great. I think a big key to that is having good shot selection, taking good shots when you open. Finding our players, finding the players when they're open to make sure that they distribute the ball to them at the right time, and then they got to shoot it with confidence. Both of them come in and shoot quite often, and they have the confidence, so we need to take advantage of when they're open that we find them and allow them to shoot the ball.
Is that the performance that you expect from them?
I think so, and you just want more as a coach. You always want more, and until you start winning games, you want a lot more. But I think, again, each player needs to step up their game a little bit so that we can get over the hump and win some of these games.
And then we had Kate. She had a career set 6 steals along with 4 assists that past game. And do you keep expecting that from her for the rest of the season?
6 steals is an awful lot. That's a great job on her part, but she does a really fine job of anticipating. And a lot of times, you can get a steal if you're guarding somebody one-on-one and picking them clean, but her steals most of the time are off the ball, and she does a great job of anticipating, and she's very quick. She's deceptively quick and has good anticipation and gets a lot of steals. She actually got the steals when we were playing the zone, I think, but she's got to make sure that she continues to use that, and I don't think we can expect 6 steals from her every game. If we get it, great, but in situations that she can get those, I think that's huge for us, because that's taking away points from them and giving us points, and many times she gets a steal and can go down there and finish it herself on a layup, so hopefully she'll continue with that.
And then your team found itself down pretty late, but then rallied to within 1 point this past game. What do you attribute that to?
Well, I think we continued to work hard. We continue to keep fighting. Everybody on the team wants to do the best that they can. Everybody on the team wants to win. Very good competitors. It's easy to fall back, and just say, "Oh, forget it," but they have the spirit in themselves to keep going and trying to keep coming back, and hopefully that'll pay off as we continue to go. We played a good team. They had a player there from Texas A&M and a player from Memphis, and so it wasn't like it was just an average team. It was a very skilled and very athletic team, and they didn't let that get them down, and they came back to them and really attacked and gave us a shot at the end. So at this point, that's what we want to look for, is ability to be in the game towards the end of it.
Definitely. Do you think they'll keep competing hard for the full 40 minutes?
They better. If they don't compete hard, then we got to get somebody else in there to give a shot to compete. But I've really tried to talk to them about what a tough schedule we've had, and to try and keep their head up. It's difficult when you are losing, being 2-6. I know that's tough, and it's tough in our program because we're not generally 2-6. We're generally 6-2, or on the other side of that. But hopefully they can stick together, and we've had some good practices here. We had a long time off until our next game, and we've had some good practices, and hopefully that confidence is going up, and we'll be ready to play on Saturday.
Right, and you open conference play on the road on Saturday. So what do you need to do to win at UNC Pembroke?
UNC Pembroke is, a lot of times people say, well, it's a tough place to play, but any place on the road is a tough place to play. I think a lot of it is, we have a lot of new players, and so if we say it's a tough place to play and they get that in their mind, it's going to be a tough place to play. But it's a basketball game, and they got the same dimensions that we have on the floor up to the rim. So we need to just go in there and be ready to play a good, solid basketball game. We've played 8 games, and they will have played 5, so I think we kind of have the edge there in experience in this season. And we played some really good competition, as I mentioned earlier. So we need to go in there hard-nosed. They're a team that plays a sagging-off defense, so we will get shots, and we have good shooters. So we have to make sure that we go in there with confidence, and we're not afraid to put the ball up.
And then we close out this calendar year with 2 home games, Francis Marion and Urbana. So how do you feel about those games coming up?
I think every game's going to be tough. I think at this level it's going to be very competitive. Those are 2 pretty good teams. Francis Marion, of course, being a conference team. They're going to come in, and when we're struggling, we're at the top of the league. And so when we're at the bottom of the league right now, heading into the conference, everybody's got, let's get USC Aiken, because they're used to getting beat by us. And so this is a great opportunity for those teams to come in here. So kind of like last year when we were at the top and teams came in, they had nothing to lose and it would give us their best shot. And so the games were tough for us. The same comes back this year. We're down a little bit, and so they're coming in with their best shot. Hey, let's take advantage of the situation, see if we can't beat USC Aiken and get some wins against them, under our belt. And so it's tough, but we're going to get effort from those other teams. We just have to make sure we elevate our game and play hard-nosed and learn from each game and continue to compete.
Thank you so much, Coach, for being with us here today.
You're welcome. You have a good Christmas, too, okay?
Thank you, too. And Pacer fans, come back. December 16th is our next home game against Francis Marion, so be sure to join us and tune in next time for Coach's Corner.